Hey, so glad you can join us for our first week of 7 things we can do after we've been told for the last several months about all the things we can't do. Thought it'd be a refreshing change to focus on some things we can do, especially looking through the Gospel of Mark and what Jesus did and what the disciples did and what God was doing in that time. We're gonna pick apart some things from those stories that we can do. We're going to jump right into chapter 1. We see Jesus beginning in chapter 16. One of the first things he does is build a team. And if Jesus, who is God, creator of heaven and earth, all knowing, all powerful, if he needs a team, if he knows that he needs to surround himself with people to help him on his journey and on his mission, then I think it's safe to say that we could probably stand to use a team around us as well, especially in these trying times. So let's look at chapter 1, verse 16. As Jesus walked beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. Come, follow me, Jesus said, and I will make you fish for people. At once they left their nets and followed him. When he had gone a little farther, he saw James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John in a boat, preparing their nets. Without delay, he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men and followed him. Of course, Jesus would go on to add a few more people to his team, surrounding himself with like-minded people and supporters and encouragers. There's so much that we can get when we build a team and put people in our lives who can encourage us, build us up, support us, inspire us, make us laugh, maybe challenge us. People that we trust, who will tell us like it is when we need that. I know sometimes we might look to people in our lives to be on our team to give us knowledge, wisdom, to share. Maybe they have some level of understanding about life, or maybe something specifically that we can benefit from. And so we want to put people like that in our lives. Sometimes it's good to have people on our team because we've all got our own blind spots in our lives. We've got areas of our lives we either don't see or maybe don't want to see, and have people that we trust that are willing to come alongside us and share some of those things in a generous and gracious way and help us to grow in areas of our lives that maybe we otherwise wouldn't want to deal with or approach. I kind of liken it to the broken doorknob in our house that we don't even think about anymore. And we have a guest over and they are jiggling the doorknob and saying, how do you get this thing open? And sometimes it's good to have a fresh set of eyes even to help us look at our lives. And so, like we said, if Jesus needed a team around him, definitely we need a team around us. And so a couple of things for us to discuss this week. Like we said, we're going to discuss this in the comments section here on the blog. So a couple of questions for you. Love to hear your feedback and maybe even ask your own questions in the blog, and hopefully check in a couple of times each week and we'll see where the conversation goes. But what would it look like for you to have a team in your life? I know a lot of us have people in our lives we care about, family members, friends, but have we asked them to be part of our team? Have we given them permission to give us wisdom, insight, feedback, and said, hey, you know what? I want you to be on my team, and I give you permission, and I want you to intentionally help me grow in my life and help me in difficult times, challenging times. What would that look like in your life for you to have a couple of people around you that are intentionally there to help you and that have a good spirit about it? And how would you go about building that team? I know for some of us, that might be challenging to go and talk to people and have some frank conversations about inviting them to be on our team and how that would look and what we would be asking them to do, and maybe reciprocating and saying, hey, I'm willing to be on your team and be an honest voice and share wisdom and guidance and motivation and encouragement. And so who would you begin to talk to? What would that look like for you to begin to put together a team in your life like Jesus did when he surrounded himself with the disciples? And I'd love to hear stories. Maybe you're saying, you know what? I remember there was a time when I had a couple of people in my life. We were really close, and it was so encouraging, and we accomplished so much together. So I'd love to hear stories of a time when you were on a team, when you had people in your life that you felt like were your team or you were their team. So share those stories with us as well. We want to encourage each other. Again, what can we be doing during this time? And one of the things we can be doing is building a team. So I look forward to hearing from you. See you soon.